Peter Simons is a high achiever. He's a veterinarian who specialises in racehorses. He's also a talented sportsman who has completed a number of solo marathon swims, including a duo swim of the English Channel. He had boundless energy and a compulsion to achieve, but in 2001 his world changed. He suffered his third brain hemorrhage. During recuperation from brain surgery, he experienced symptoms completely foreign to him. Insomnia and uncontrollable anxiety, amongst other severe symptoms, left him physically and psychologically exhausted. He seriously considered suicide as a means of relief because, as he says, "I simply didn't want to live like that." Peter had no explanation for his symptoms and for feeling suicidal. After all, he had beaten the odds for a third time against brain damage or death, had a loving and supportive network of family and friends, and two beautiful young daughters to enjoy. After 6 months of battling on his own because of the typical Australian male macho syndrome of refusing to seek help, he finally, reluctantly, sought medical advice. He was diagnosed with depression, despite not really feeling depressed. Medication and counselling quickly brought him through this suicidal period. After that, he was determined to make sense of his condition, to understand how and why he had become suicidal. With his knowledge of physiology and an inquiring mind, Peter, along with Dr. Clyde Jameau, developed a new model they called brain fuel depletion. It explains how and why severe anxiety, depression and other symptoms manifest and can lead sufferers to consider suicide. This condition, currently called depression, is epidemic in Western society, costs nations billions of dollars and ruins the lives of countless people and their families. Peter and Clyde's model has a physiological basis. It makes sense of this common, complex and confusing condition which will affect 20% of people directly and virtually everyone indirectly. This is Peter's story and his brain fuel depletion model as told to a convention of equine veterinarians, a profession with 3 times the Australian average incidence of suicide.